You could tell me what we gon' do.
It took you like $100 for them to finally be like, alright,
It's like 80 bucks.
After hitting up the club, where we going tonight? We can head back to the pad and do this overtime.
Welcome back to VIBEZ.WIT.NEHEMIAH, where we talk about world of hip-hop music, get different perspectives from our weekly guests, and I already know you know who this guy is. We got ARuiz in the house. What's good, you guys?
How you guys doing? Hope everyone's blessed. Let's make this happen, man.
Let's get right to it. Alright, so we're going to start off with the news. So Dave Chappelle attacked on this video while he was doing comedian at the Hollywood Bowl. As far as that, what do you think about being on stage, and how hectic do you think it could be being on stage? Is it like...
I think being on stage is it takes a lot of preparation before being on the stage, and you gotta already have broken that ice with like your confidence and being up there and be able to present. You know, if you're well prepared, you can go up there and it's gonna feel so natural. You're not gonna worry about the number of people or anything of that nature. You could be in front of 40,000 people or 4 people. You know, it's just really about you being well prepared and being up there on stage and just doing what you already know to do. You know, so as long as you got it, you know, you'll be fine.
So prepping is like the most important.
Preparation is everything.
Because if anyone has seen this guy perform or seen any of his music videos, you can tell this guy's having fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can tell, like, you know, you can tell you don't care who's around, who's looking. You just like you doing your thing. So
yeah, it's amazing. It's fun. It's exciting to be able to perform. It's one of those things that give other people energy. You know, so it is about you having fun, but it's also the energy that you create.
So you have to gotta be the first person to kind of like get that ball rolling, to get everyone to get that.
Yeah, that's one thing that
you're your own hype man, basically.
Absolutely, that's one thing that my mom and my dad both taught me. Because my dad, he grew up as a breakdancer, pop locker, and he's the one that got into the music scene. So that's what transpired into me getting into music.
Oh wow!
So he's always been that person. Now my mom, on the other hand, she knew how to sing. She has the vocals and all that, and she was a dancer too. But they both always taught me, like, you know, you got to go out there and, you know, create a presence, you know. And like my mom, I was always shy to go out to like the dance floor at the quinceañeras or like the little, you know, parties and stuff. But she's like, you know, you can't be star material if you're shy. And so it's one of those things where like, dang, like you're so right, but that little ice that you gotta break is scary. Like I don't want to go up there, everybody watching me. Like, son, come dance with me. Son, come dance with me. He's like, nah, I'm good. But she's like, come on, mijo. Like, you gotta come have fun. And eventually, when you're there for like a minute or two, all that goes away. Yeah, it's all out the way, and then all of a sudden you start seeing more people come. But it took you to be the first one. It took you to be the bold person. You know, so over time, I think, you know, me learning at an early age really taught me that, you know what, you're the person that everybody's watching, and they're waiting to see what you do first to see how they're going to respond and how they're going to feel.
How many people are actually watching on the sidelines, even though if they're not liking or commenting or anything like that, they're still paying attention and stuff. So, but a poor Dave Chappelle, though, right? I mean, this guy is just trying to work, you know, do his thing, and, you know, he gets attacked. Obviously, we all know about the Will Smith situation.
Oh, yeah, that's even...
But it's like, why are people getting so bold just to start attacking people during stage? I mean, while they're performing. How would you like handle this situation?
Somebody can't run it up to me like that. I don't know, man. I mean, that's such an odd situation.
It is.
I think that the individuals, you know, this is just my opinion, is either for clout, you know, or to try to give themselves the opportunity to go up there and do something crazy, you know, just because, you know, it's a big stage and everybody's watching. So some people are going to be foolish enough to go run up on somebody, and they don't understand what that's really doing to people, though, too. You know, I mean, he could have really hurt him, you know, when he went to tackle him. So
yeah, and then went to jail, or obviously he still went to jail. The person still went to jail, but
yeah, that's very unfortunate. It's very, you know, irrational, and people are, you know, people are tripping when they do stuff like that. Because I've seen stuff where people knock somebody out on stage.
Oh yeah.
Or like you said about Will Smith, like Will Smith was like out of pocket.
You see the Pitbull one? Where like
what happened with Pitbull?
Well, like a guy like went up on stage with Pitbull, Pitbull just cracks the guy.
Oh, he's Pitbull talk to you?
Yeah.
I mean, you shouldn't even be there. That's his ball.
No, I understand. It's just like, you know, you never know. It's kind of like, that's why you got to watch out. You guys, I know you guys are fans, but you know, some of these people just, you know, they
don't take that lightly. Yeah,
they're just trying to do their thing.
It's still respect. Yeah, it's still respect for others. I mean, because we do like them and we do want to be next to them. But if you're going out of your way like that, like you never know what the consequences is, you know?
Exactly. So speaking of crazy fans, I guess apparently someone got like a cutout of Dwayne Johnson and took Dwayne Johnson's cutout to prom. How do you feel about that?
So Dwayne Johnson's cutout?
Yeah, so basically this girl bought a big old cutout of Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, of course, and took it to prom. Yes, it took it to prom.
I think that person is wildin'.
She's wildin'. She's definitely wildin'. I mean, if any cutout, right? I mean, I guess The Rock is gonna be the perfect.
I mean, I think he's the best cutout you could have. I mean, people gonna look at you, but they probably be like, "All right, go ahead."
I know. They'll be like, they're all scared at you. They're like,
"You're weird," but I mean, go ahead.
Nah, that's crazy, bro. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I think it would be more funny if someone else came out with another cutout.
Right.
And it was like some other actor, and they were just over here like...
That's funny. I can't even imagine. And so what do you do with the cutout?
I don't know.
Are you dancing with the cutout?
Are you eating with the cutout?
Are you eating with it? Are you just...
I want to see... Like,
you know what?
I'm kind of curious on how like the cutout even looks like. I wonder like if he's like... If he's like on some like shirtless stuff, is he like in a suit? Is he on something? But
how are you arranging him to move with you? How is he mobile?
And apparently, and apparently the school let her too. So like, I don't know who you blame. I don't know who you blame.
There's a whole lot of
But yeah, like I said, shout out to the girl. You enjoyed your prom.
She was probably trying to look for a guy similar to what she liked, and she's like, well, they're not matching his energy, so I might as well just just cut him out.
Nah, she was trying to make her ex jealous. I think that's what it was.
Oh man.
She's all right. You don't want to go with me? Fine. I'm gonna bring you in the
just to make a statement, just to be petty, just to say,
just to be like, fuck it.
Oh, you don't want to go with me? That's cool.
As soon as he found out it was a cutout, he's like, this. Nah, that's all right. So I guess Kanye West is making big moves with McDonald's. I guess he's collabing with McDonald's to redesign their packaging. Did you hear about that?
No. And that does sound like a Kanye move.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I don't know. It's interesting.
I think Kanye's very, very innovative. I was listening to an interview and he was talking about how he wants to have a community, or in the sense of society, that moves differently than what we're raised into. He wanted to he had like a whole idea of like what his community would be and how they would eat, how they would, go about things. And it was like more to be like, in a sense, more free, away from what we've,
So like actually buying a big land and kind of developing a colony in a sense.
Absolutely. And just the fact that he thinks like that is like, I understand people think like that, but the fact that he, in his avenue, doing what he's doing, he has, the power essentially to be able to do certain things. And so to be a visionary outside of his element of music, it's like, okay, cool, man. Like, you thinking of other things, Like with the clothing brand, like to me, I've never really gravitated towards the clothing brand, but just the fact that he's doing that is like, you took a stand, because not everybody's taking a stand to create a certain look, style, shoes up, but he said, I can do what I want and I can do it how I want and I'm going to do it. And I did it. And it's working. Yeah, that's the process.
That's the crazy thing, especially with Kanye West. He has a lot of ups and downs. So I feel like no matter what he would be the perfect example, right? You could be imperfect, you know what I'm saying, but you could still make money in a sense, and you just gotta be free spoken. You gotta not be scared. And I feel like Kanye West is like, not a scared person for sure. He doesn't care what anyone thinks. And hey, he's working with McDonald's. I didn't even know he eats McDonald's. You know what I mean? So
right. He's definitely doing his part. But that's cool. Shout out.
The design looks cool though. It does look cool.
I think it's dope. It's obviously something different.
Yeah, it's definitely.
I think the fact that he's collaborating as their designer for
that's like
new packaging is like what do you even come with the idea, and what's
in that pitch, bro? Let's change the way you already make billions of money. Let's just.
You're already McDonald's. You were here way longer than I was. But you know what? I have an idea. And let's do it. I'm not even going to ask your permission. We're going to do it. Let's get it. I'll have some ideas for you tomorrow.
And then boom, it locked in, huh? That's freaking insane, bro. Well, shout out to Kanye West and shout out to McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Take care of yourselves, though. You know what I'm saying? Mickey D's is good, but, stay healthy. saying that's nothing wrong about staying healthy. So next news. So I guess Notorious B.I.G. released a new song since 17 years. He released a song for his 50th birthday with T.Y. Have you heard this song yet?
I have not.
Dang, man.
You got all the names, bro. Shoot.
So yeah, Notorious B.I.G. dropped a song on his 50th birthday with T.Y. If you guys haven't heard it, please stream that song. It's a really good song. Biggie, of course, is spinning some bars. I would love to play it for you guys, but unfortunately I can't. But I will post a link for you guys about the song. I think there's like a little video clip of the song that I could probably play you guys. So it's with T.Y. and a Nigerian R&B singer, Bella Abdul.
Oh, that's awesome.
Honestly, man, like his like just his voice. He has that like.
He has that flow, you know, and Biggie definitely did his part. You know, he's amazing. You know, he was always amazing at what he did, and you could always tell when it's Biggie.
And what's crazy too is like how much hidden music there is out there. You know, like there's so much heard music that like come on, we didn't know Biggie had a hidden verse. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And now
he probably has. You know,
he probably got the whole, you know. But like I said,
it's just mind-boggling to think that they waited this long to have something. Maybe they found it in the archives and said, hey, maybe we can use this. But then again, who knows how that worked out? But dang, like you guys waited.
I bet you that legal battle though too. I mean, like I bet you people go years and years for that type of like battle.
You know, I wonder how that works. Yeah, because I wonder who has the who owns the rights to the music. So you know, so how they played it out probably was a good business move, and then it gives us, you know, the listeners something to really want to, you know, listen to.
I mean, 17 years. I mean, that's you know, that's a good. But it's the 50th anniversary, so you know, shout out. You know, we love Biggie Smalls, of course. Shout out to Biggie and his mom. You know,
okay.
And the song is really good, like I said. So go check that out, you guys. Rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? So, last but not least, so Pusha T joins with Arby's to drop a McDonald's diss track. See, this McDonald's is just popping right now. I don't know what it is. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, I heard about this one.
Okay. So, did you watch the diss? Did you watch the little commercial about it?
Nah, I didn't. Oh, actually, you know what? I did hear it.
Yeah. So
I actually did hear it.
I don't know. Like, so I could obviously you write music. I write music too. So it's like, like how imaginative can you be to like create a diss just on like just a burger, like on a burger joint, or like you really got to be very expressive or very just.
Yeah, you gotta really know what you're gonna attack. Yeah, I mean, honestly, you could make a song about some shoes getting into the mud, and you know your mom gonna get you in trouble for messing with brand new shoes. You know, you could make a song about anything. So I mean, he was smart. That was a smart business.
That was a smart.
It was great marketing, and plus
it's never been done. Like I've never seen like a diss to another franchise. Yeah, to another franchise.
Oh, to another franchise.
Exactly like that. Like
I haven't seen that either. You know. I mean, the closest thing I seen was with Reese's cereal.
Oh, see, I don't think I've seen it.
It wasn't a diss, but just a song. Reese's Puff, peanut butter chocolate.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the closest thing I've seen to like some hip hop shit. I still, whenever I get my Reese's, I still.
You all keep like
peanut butter chocolate.
Dude, that'd be a good TikTok. That'd be a good TikTok. Bring it back. Bring that back.
Hey, for real.
You should bring that back.
I'm just start hitting all of them. I'm gonna do one for Cheez-It, Goldfish. I'm gonna do it for Domino's Pizza.
That'd be
bro, what?
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. And it could be a whole skit. Like every song at the end, it could see me walking up to like a new building. And it could be like dominoes to be continued.
I know. Oh, exactly. All dramatic.
All dramatic. Like I'm all looking at my McDonald's back to Spas and just.
And then I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Shoot. We can't rebuild too much. Hey, y'all have to wait for that. I have to wait for that one. So yeah, man. As far as that goes, who would you represent? If a franchise approached you, who would you feel comfortable representing to rap with them? Would it be Talk About? Would it be, you know, KFC? Who would you partner with if they were like, hey, Reese, I need a diss, bro?
Anyone.
Anyone.
Yeah.
Because you got to take the opportunity.
Yeah, that's a great opportunity.
Especially a big chain like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's like...
I can open up so many doors for you. And then at the same time, I'm very confident in what I can do for a company like that, you know, and just be able to really create like an anthem or create something that's going to really hit for the people, you know. So it's going to do them justice, but at the same time, that's just putting you on a bigger platform. Yeah, so that would be great. That'd be fun. I was curious
on like who approached who, you know, like the Pusha T be like, hey, I got a diss for you from McDonald's. Like, you know, I've been like in Arby's.
Yeah, you never know.
I mean, like, you know, because
all companies are always looking
play.
Yeah, all companies are always looking for opportunity because they know that we just need to grow. You know, so let's always look for the next thing. And you know, for them to go with Pusha T, I mean, that's very how would you say it? Like that could even be just someone you know, because somebody might really love Pusha T and be working with McDonald's
exactly.
and be like, wait a minute, let's create something. You know, you just never know. But hey, somebody probably threw the bait out there and either McDonald's bid it or Pusha T bid it, and it happened.
And that's the thing people need to realize too is how important, how influential music is, because it's like people. I feel like businesses now more than ever are starting to realize how important businesses are. So they're using artists, they're using music,
absolutely,
they're taking advantage. Not like in a bad way, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, they're utilizing their people. They're utilizing artists, and yeah, absolutely. I mean, artists have a lot of people, connected with them. And that's just great to cross-promote. Cross-promotion is everything, and so it's fun, and then that's a great opportunity for a lot of these cats. Like I know Travis Scott had a meal at McDonald's.
Oh, yeah.
I think Megan Thee Stallion did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, people ask for these meals, and to me, it's like, it's very funny, but hey, people who love these artists or are about this stuff, like they're, hey, let me get this order,
Exactly.
And it's something that we've had, but it's just, let's title it and let's promote this, So
why not, right?
It's a good move. I think
people are ride or diers, so we appreciate all the fans.
Collaborations is amazing, man. I like right now we're doing this collaboration. It's fun, it gives me something fun to look at and something fun for you to have. And hey, you never know where this is gonna go.
And people can see a little inside of you, get to know you a little bit more.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely get into that side too to get to know you more. Actually.
Okay.
So obviously that's enough with the news. For people that don't know, where you from, where you born, kind of get a little back story about you, man.
So I'm originally from Bakersfield, California, born and raised.
Okay.
Yeah, my roots are in Los Angeles and Mexico, so obviously that's where we come from,
Oh, sure.
Latino. But yeah, growing up in Bakersfield has been great. It's so culturally diverse. It's amazing because you got people up north in the Bay, you got people in Los Angeles coming this way. And I mean, Bakersfield is such a good, affordable place to live. Mm-hmm. So you're meeting all kinds of different people. And then plus, we're very multiracial, so it's just a great place to be. It's a great opportunity here.
That's actually a good way to look at Bakersfield.
Yeah, Bakersfield is a hub, I know it's secluded, but there's over 400,000 people, So, I mean, it's like
getting bigger.
Absolutely. And we're the size of about like 3 to 4 different cities in LA. I mean, we're just growing. I mean, there's so much land to just expand off of, you get what I'm saying? So that's the great thing. And now with the internet and obviously social media, it's no longer foot traffic, you know what I'm saying? So I don't have to try to go all the way down to LA or all the way up north or anything of that nature. Everything's on social media.
Eventually,
so we're solid,
just going to come. People are just going to come.
A lot of people are coming here, man, and it's great. It has its ups and downs, obviously, but it's just one of those things that, hey, man, we're just getting with the times. So, I mean, it is what it is. Just got to learn how to live with it, So that's what, Bakersfield is a great place to be from. And, yeah, man, so my father, being that he's been in the music industry for so many years, I was just inspired as a young age. I was 6, 7 years old. My dad's getting signed on to a record company. And,
so he was a performer, rapper?
Yeah. So my pops grew up as a breakdancer, popper, ended up getting into gangs, later down the line.
And he was in Bakersfield?
No, he's from Los Angeles.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's born and raised out there. And, my grandmother, my mom and her mom and everybody, they're all in Los Angeles at the time.
Okay.
So that's where, grandmother came from Mexico. They all, reside in Los Angeles. And, my father, he was doing his own thing out there. My mom met him, and they ended up, being together and, ended up having me. And during that transition, you know, that's when I moved out here with my mom. My pop stayed out there, and that's how, you know, I continued my relationship with both my mother and my father. I lived with my mom.
And your mom too was a dancer.
Yeah, my mom was also performing, a big singer. You know, very outgoing, very outspoken, and she was from the same hood my dad was from. So crazy. I mean, they both
were just like a perfect match.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, they definitely had a good friendship, and you know, over the years, their co-parenting style has just been, you know, amazing. You know what I'm saying? So they always had, you know, love for one another, and they've always stayed friends, and you know, the relationships that they were in, they respected as well because they knew what it was. Yeah, so it was always easy for me to, you know, as a child, grow up and be able to see my mom and my dad. So it was just, it all the way around, it was good. But yeah, they're the ones that influenced me on the entertainment, on the dancing, you know, on, you know, being bold and being out there. So that's like the best thing that ever happened. You know, because now as an adult, I see what I'm installing into my kids, you know, letting them know that it's good to take a stand. It's good to have fun and be the life of the party. And, you know, just go out there and do what you need to do, because you shouldn't worry about other people's opinions, you know. It's their opinions of you is not your reality. So just have fun, do what you need to do, and if you feel like doing something, do it. And so that's, you know, one of the greatest things that I feel transpired to me to start making the music and really believe that, oh, I can do this too. You know, so that's what I started doing.
Like, was it always music at first, or was it?
Yeah, it was always. It first started with dancing.
Oh, okay,
dancing, moving, and you know, it's one of those senses where people think, wow, like, man, he can dance, he can move, you know. I always wanted to be that guy, you know what I'm saying, just to have those moves. So, you know, I started learning how to dance. And then, I mean, you watch a lot of these, you know, old school movies with popping and,
so was it self-teaching, or like was your parents teaching you?
It was a lot of self-taught.
Okay, yeah.
But it was already in my genes.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
my pops, he can pop, he can log, he used to break dance. I mean, and he's actually getting back into it. My pops, sure. Yeah, right now, my pops.
I want to see a dance video with you and your pops,
and we're actually in the works of talking about that and actually doing that because he just recently started getting back into pop locking. Yeah, breaking news. And so we're actually going to be doing a reel together, you know, on Instagram, and just, you know, and just go out about it. You know, my pops. You know, shout out to my pops. You know, he's a worldwide name. You know, he's has fans in Japan, Germany. His label is called Still Banging Music, and I'm actually an artist of Still Banging Music. Oh, wow. And so he has Still Banging Poland, Still Banging Germany, Still Banging Mexico. He has, you know, he has people coming in, traveling from across country just to be with him because they know the accolades and what he's done and who he is as a person. He's very solid gente. All about respect.
So not only he's an artist, he's a businessman.
Yeah, he's the CEO of a company.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He understands the business aspect.
Yeah.
So dang, man, so you had a lot of good influence.
Yeah, I was able to really gravitate from all that, you know, and really learn the goods from the bads and really get what he got, you know.
Is that like more pressure in a sense?
Absolutely not. It's one of those things where it's like, it's the, how do you say it? It's an advantage. You know, for the next generation, you want them to be stronger and better. So what he paved the way for and what my mom paved the way for, I knew that it was up to me to take what I can from them and utilize it for myself and just be the better version of them. Because that's all your parents want to see. They want to see you, you know, doing better than them. You know, the same way I want for my kids. What I got, I want to make sure my daughter has it before I did. You know, I started going to a dance studio with Pinpoint Dance Academy out here in Bakersfield, California. Wow. And it shout out to Pinpoint, to E-Baby, to Des Penn, to the whole Penn family, because they really raised me in the hip-hop choreography scene. Wow. And I was out there every week, every couple of days, and we would go to competitions and stuff like that. So now, I was doing that at 13 years old. My daughter's going to do that at 4 or 5. Yeah, so that's one of those things where, you know, I think that's a great opportunity for kids to get involved, or any sport, even sports in general. Get a kid in some sports and teach them how to really have a good, strong mental, you know, capacity.
And teach them kind of how to, like, you know, just keep at something, you know, staying consistent at something. Yeah. You know, staying strong.
Builds confidence.
Mentally. And it does build a lot of confidence and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
So as far as dancing, did you like dance in front of people? Like, when did you start dancing in front of people? Was it always kind of by yourself, or did you have like a group growing up, or did you have like friends that you would dance with?
Yeah, I first started dancing, I believe, my mom having me, you know, kind of, she just always danced. For some reason, I gravitated to dancing. And I remember watching movies and just being so inspired and just wanting to dance. And I would always try to like pop, you know, or like do certain things. And so I eventually started looking up videos and started learning it that way. And then, you know, you watch music videos and people are getting off. And you're like, bro, how do you do that? Like, what are you doing?
Especially back in the day, bro.
Right. And so I was really, number one was into pop locking. I love popping. I love waves. I love the whole aura of that is just what it is. and then hip hop. Now there's hip hop. Okay, cool. Let's get into hip hop. And so I had those moves. And as in middle school, I remember having school dances and being like, "Yo, like we gonna get off." You know, and we had homies that would come and they'd be like crumping and going crazy. I'm like, "Hey, bro, you good?" Like, you know? I'm like, "Fuck, let me just hit this. Let me just hit this one time." Like, you know. And so eventually, all smooth, you know. And then yeah, I ended up joining the after school program and meeting E-Baby is his name. He from Penn. And he was actually assigned to that school. That was his first Bakersfield City School District school that he was teaching at for the hip hop. And they needed guys to dance with me and my buddy Jeffrey. We went in there for one and learned a piece of choreography. And I was catching on some moves because I knew how to dance, but I just never did choreography. And sure enough, he invited me to go dance at his studio, and it was just a wrap ever since then. And that's how I met his son, and me and his son became best friends.
Oh, wow.
And so that's how me and Dez Penn, you know, shout out to my boy Dez, that's how we started collaborating, and we grew up together just really dancing, you know. And so, you know, he always had an advanced, you know, way of dancing because he grew up in it, you know. So, you know, I give a lot of respect to that guy because he's a great dancer. He can come up with choreography on the spot. He'll go in from scratch, and then boom, 20, 30 kids, and all right, he'll listen to all right, guys, this is what we're going to do. All right, cool. All right. And then he's making up on the way, and it's just...
That's crazy. I feel like that's hard. I think it would be hard.
Bro, I can't come on. Bro's going to take me like 2 hours to come up with like an 8 count. Like, wait, well, should I do this? Should I do that? Nah, he just... nah, maybe that won't work.
He's all loading up.
Oh, okay, cool. He's like, all right, guys, this is what we're going to do. And then you do the move, and then he's like, all right, next step. Like, bro, shout out to Dez, man. They definitely do this shit.
You might have to go through.
Yeah, yeah, they definitely helped us out, man. They definitely helped us out growing up.
So when did like music sneak in?
So music has been a part of my life as far as freestyling and stuff was. I remember, and it's funny because I'm going to bring up this thing. So my pops, I remember one time when I went over to go visit him for, I think it was a holiday. And my mom had just bought me some brand new shoes, okay? And they were boots, right? And we go to this party, and you know, we're going on the jumper while the floor was kind of muddy. So we ended up coming back to the house, and my shoes were muddy, and they're brand new, you know, lugs, I believe, at the time. And my dad made a whole freestyle about how my mom's going to whoop my ass. You got mud on your shoes. And let me tell you, my dad's a freestyle rapper. This dude can get off. And he was killing it, bro. He was just like, and he was just so smooth, so legit. Like, oh, man, he really had it. So I think that's what really, like, sparked me. Like, oh, damn, like, people can really freestyle like that. And so I started getting into it, and I started, you know, really wanted to make music. And so I remember, I think I was 13 years old when I actually wrote my first 16 bars. Oh, and I even asked my dad, like, Dad, what's a bar? What's this? And my dad just taught me. He just said, oh, this is what this architect of it. And my dad would always put, when he writes on his paper, he would always put A, B, C, D. He put the whole alphabet. So when he's writing, you know, at that very last part, okay, let's say it's a something boy. And then A, C, koi, doi, all the way to T, toy. Oh, okay, cool. And then he's going to use, you know. So he had like this whole system that he worked off of. I really don't know what got him to do that, but I just know that's what I learned. And so I did my first 16, and sure enough, I was around school just repeating it to myself. And I was, you know, just hitting. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So then eventually, I just kept at it. And then finally, I think it's freshman years when I really activated that, like, I'm killing this shit. Like, I'm at the computer every day writing bars, writing a song, coming up with new ways of coming up with different songwriting skills, and actually really rapping and then freestyling, and it just all together just becoming one. And that's when I found my identity in rapping. And I put out videos on Facebook, and I was actually booming, you know, as a freshman in high school.
And was it always ARuiz?
Yeah, it was young ARuiz.
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
Yeah, young ARuiz. You know, I'm not young no more. I gotta take the young. I gotta take the young off.
Yeah, you gotta take the younger now.
Man, I'll be freestyling sometimes. Like, young ARuiz, my girl look at me like, you're not young no more. All right, I'm ARuiz then. I'm the mature me. All right, there. I used to be young ARuiz, you know. Hey, say young ARuiz. Yeah. Not anymore, bro. It's ARuiz.
So do you still got songs out that still say young?
Yeah, I got them on YouTube, bro. Oh, 2000, 2010, 2011. Over here freestyling to Tyga. What was it? Rack City.
Oh shoot!
Rack City, man, Rack City, man. And I'm right there. I got my computer. I got my camera. I got I click record. And I'm freestyling.
So you recorded yourself?
Yeah, I was just recording myself on my computer. Yeah, I was in there, bro. I mean, I'm in the kitchen, and there's a computer space and stationary, and mind you, like the other side of the counter is the kitchen. So I'm literally looking. I'm right there's the kitchen. Over here is the dining table. Behind me is the living room, and everybody's doing their own shit. But I don't care. I'm here. And I'm just doing my stuff. I always kind of been like that, especially because we gravitated from MySpace to Facebook, and there was always an opportunity to grow from those platforms. From Facebook, yeah. So I just always stayed on it, and then click YouTube link, and then just YouTube instrumentals, and then boom, and then I'll have like a notepad on the. I'm just writing, writing, and then freestyling.
How old were you at this time?
I was 14 years old, and so this is what I was really doing as far as creating content. And sure enough, I knew I had an identity in music.
And you already posted a video at that time?
Yeah, and I was already posting videos at that time. Dang. Yeah, so I was doing stuff. And then senior year is where I had like a freestyle video that I did with my cousin's ex, and we're both in the car at this time. We're drinking some brews or whatever, and then he's like, "Fool, get off," because he supports me like because he knows what I can bring to the table, and so he's always been always love and support. And so I'm like, "Fool, I'm gonna put you in a video," and he's like, "Oh, let's do it." So we get in the car, I put the camera right there, and I do a freestyle video my senior year, and it blows up. And I still have people to this day who, "Oh, put on that freestyle video that ARuiz did." And honestly, I don't know what got into me, but I was just, in that moment, I was in my prime of freestyling and just coming up with bars. And so then after that, I was like, all right, well, I know I got to go to LA with my pops. So after I graduated high school, I went straight to my dad, and sure enough, he put me on. Oh, wow. He got me a bunch of opportunities. And so he got me to do my first legit production video called Here to Make It Happen. And the whole concept is, I'm here, and I'm here to do my part and be a part of the team. And sure enough, he got me plugged in with the right videographer. Shout out to Concrete, which is, he's doing amazing things right now. He, especially on Instagram, you can follow him at Concrete. And I can't give you his exact ad name, but he does even comedy skits now. And he's getting average about 100,000 views per thing, and he has businesses that he partnerships with, and he's a funny guy.
Definitely put the links in the bio for his. Yeah,
so he was a videographer, and that was my first time meeting him in the industry. David Salas, oh man, amazing dude. This dude has music everywhere. He obviously he's doing his thing. He has a studio, all that, and so we recorded the song at the studio. My boy Dez and all the homies here drove out there for the music video. We asked some guys from the school I was going to from college out in RCC come out, and we're supporting. They were videographers and hustling. And then my pops and his crew, they all came together. We all created this video called Here to Make It Happen.
And it's still
out, yeah. And and the song is about, I'm here to make it happen for me and my people. I'm here to make it happen, And it's just it's a blessing, and I got
no pressure. That was no pressure. Did you feel a little nervous?
No, I felt like it was something that
it seems natural.
This shit needs to be done. Yeah, this needs to be done. Yeah, it just needs to be done, and it's something that I feel like I fought so hard for it, and I believed in and dreamed in so much. It's like put so much time and energy into this. Like, why wouldn't I actually want to do this? And really make something happen.
Would you consider yourself like a protege, or more of like your own?
I believe that I
have like your own sound in a sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe I have my own sound. I believe that I'm very influenced by all kinds of different elements. I believe it's great to always take pieces from things and make them your own. Because you want to not only be with the times, but you also want to have your originality. So you don't want to go copycat nobody, but you also want to know what's in and what's not.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? You have to know you got to be innovative, So, like McDonald's doesn't have the clown no more. You know what I'm saying? You don't have Ronald McDonald no more. You get what I'm saying? But they're using these new artists that weren't even around when Ronald McDonald was. You know what I'm saying? So you got to stay innovative.
I didn't even think about that.
They cut that fool out. We used to sit next to that fool at the Walmart.
I know, I'll take your picture.
And we're all like, fool, man. I'd be like, yeah, fool, you're too hard, dog. I can't even get comfortable next to you. Yeah, and they threw that fool out, and they made a super Walmart. They're like, and then now you're out. So one of the biggest things that you got to understand in any of this is that you have to be innovative, because it doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter if you're 50, 60, 70, 80. It doesn't matter if you're 15. It doesn't matter. What matters is are you doing what you need to do in this time and round? And are you doing your part to stay with the wave, but create your own wave on top of the waves? Because you need to be able to elevate from other things, from other platforms. And so it's just you always got to be smart on that part, because even though you're making music and you're having fun and it's all about presentation, preparation, and what are you really trying to do?
Actually trying to like,
what are you really doing? Yeah. And a lot of people aren't going to know that on the front end, and that's okay, because it's not for them to see all that. They just need to see the face and what you're presenting.
Yeah.
But they don't need to know all the wiring and the knickknacks and this, that. They don't need to know all that. That's for you to know, and that's what makes you the genius behind it. You get what I'm saying? So you got to be the man to know my value, what I'm worth, and what I'm going to go and put out there. And so that's what it comes down to now is, what is the next move? What am I going to create, and why am I going to create it? And so, you know, I've been fortunate to have this opportunity to have my pops, you know, and my family around my corner. Life is going to hit you hard regardless. Mm-hmm. Life is always going to hit you, and you're going to go through shit all the time. I ain't some positive, everyday dude. No, but I understand to make the best of things, no matter what the heck it is a problem, because you have to be from that foundation. That's like, man, life can be crap. Life can be scary. There's a lot of bad shit out there. And you can go through those depressed moments, those anxiety moments, all that stuff. But always remember, at the end of the day, yes, that's there. But let me play my cards right.
Actually,
play your cards right. And how do I do that? Well, let me go find the answer. You know, because if you don't have the answer, find the answer. You seek, you'll find it. You'll always find it. You know, and there's always a vibe of peace out there. There's always a vibe of love out there. And of power that you consume, that you can take in and you can give out. And if you can just tap in with your own vibe and really understand, like, there is things to be grateful for. Because sometimes I'm driving, bro, and I ain't grateful for nothing. I'm like, life is meaningless, bro. You know what I'm doing? But then I'm like, wait, take a step back, bro. What do you
really got to coach yourself. People understand. You got to coach yourself. You got to tell yourself, talk to yourself, get to know yourself.
Absolutely.
Because it's like, that's why people, I feel like sometimes they fall into other things because they don't understand themselves, or they don't limit themselves. They don't create morals or values. So they kind of just drift off into anything.
We don't understand how much power we have in the direction we want to take things.
Exactly.
We don't even just a conversation ourselves. Like, I wouldn't talk to you no way I talk to myself in my head.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because that would be just disrespectful, right? So why am I talking to myself like that? You get what I'm saying? And it's scary because we do that to ourselves. We're so hard on ourselves.
Yeah.
But if you could just enjoy yourself, love yourself, and understand that people love you, you get what I'm saying? Like, just do it.
I guess I am a little too hard on myself, but...
Bro, definitely. And that's what stops us.
Yeah,
that's what stops us.
Yeah,
and it sucks because we become prisoners of our own minds. We become slaves. And that's why when Kanye talking about people saying, oh, people, what did he say? He said, slavery is a choice. Yeah, and people think that he's talking about, like, bro, what are you talking about? They were forced. Yeah, though, that was forced. But when you look at the context of mentally, or we're slaves to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And we enslave ourselves because we choose to. We allow ourselves to drift off. You have every power not to drift. And we always got to remind ourselves, we're not perfect. And we beat ourselves up for not being what we think we should have been. It doesn't work like that. Just be right where you're at. Right where you're at. Create.
One moment.
Create. Yeah, because the grass isn't greener on the other side. I'll tell you that much. It'll never be. It don't matter. Oh, man, if only I had this. Man, if only I had that. It doesn't matter, because when you have it, you still got to be happy with it. You still got to know that, okay, well, I'm on this side, so let me figure it out. $1 million, $10 million, mansions, fame, all that stuff does not matter. What matters is how you feel internally. So that's why you always got to identify yourself as, I'm already of value. You know, I may not have everything in my pocket that I would desire to have, but I have a heart that's beating.
Exactly.
I got a life. I have legs that walk. I'm healthy. You know, thank God. Mentally, thank God I'm here today. And, you know, I'm 26 years old. And it's just one of those things where it's like, man, I'm only getting older, but I'm 26 right now. Okay, I'm not older, or my time hasn't left yet.
No.
So let me be appreciative that my time's here right now. Let me just thank God that I have a prime position right now to do what I need to do for my family. My kids are young. My son's 9. My daughter is 3. Or now she just turned 4 yesterday. So happy birthday to my baby girl. She just turned 4. And that's crazy because I feel like it was yesterday, you know, that her mom had her, you know what I'm saying? Or her mom was telling me I'm pregnant. And I'm like, damn, like, I gotta grow up now.
I know, it's crazy.
But it's one of those things where it's like, you know, it's you gotta take life for what it is and just love it, appreciate it.
And take every moment for
I look at my grandparents, bro, they love their life, bro. Like, my grandmother, man, she's so happy with us and just loves us. And I'm like, damn, woman, how you do that? How you do that?
Shout out to grandma. All right, so, you know, we really do appreciate for you for stopping by, ARuiz. Of course, I know you're a busy man, and I know you do a lot of other things, and, you know, there's so much stuff that you're going to come out with in the future, and I'm so excited to pay attention to it, to see it, because, you know, we never know what you're going to do next, man, because you're very innovative. So I definitely appreciate you. Like I said, do you have any last words to say to our guests?
I would just like to say, to those who are watching, thank you so much for the time and the space to watch us and see what we got going on today. And, you know, just make sure you guys, you know, hit me up. You guys can always come check me out on Instagram at ARuizKing, ARuizKing. And check out the music if you like, you know what I'm saying? But tap in most definitely. Want a big shout out to Creative Empire. You know, this is what we're doing now. For those who don't know, I'm graphic designing. So, you know, we're doing some very great things for the community and for ourselves. So, yeah, that's definitely what I want to leave off with.
Yeah. Well, tap in, you guys, and I'll definitely have all those links if it's Instagram and all that good stuff. And we out. See you next week,
After hitting up the club, where we going tonight? We can head back to the pad and do this overtime. Never gotta worry, cause I know it's mine. Baby, put that thing on me and let's go to work. I got a million reasons.